Hey, Lindsay Lou, come here, pretty girl, because I cannot see the chat. I hate when I can't see. Do you, Lindsay? Hey, Thom.
Yeah.
What do you see?
See the chat thing. I don't see the show yet, if I'm supposed to.
Yeah, you should. He was in the trash can. Really? Seriously? Shame on him. Lindsay Lou, can you get that kind of setup? Oh, crap. Just don't be right there. You're good. Stay on this side.
Do you have it pulled up right?
Yeah.
Can you scroll down because I can't see without.
Where do you want me to scroll down to, baby girl?
To the chat.
What do you mean?
To the chat. Where's the chat?
You're not. That's that.
This isn't the chat.
Bentley, go.
You don't have the chat up.
Hey, the thing is right there.
The chat.
Oh, the website?
For? Yeah.
Go to that new tab. Sorry, Bentley, honey, you can't be in here. Bentley, move. Go. Bentley, go. Go. Just go.
Is that what you were wanting? The chat? Or?
Yeah, bring it to just so I can see the chat, or bring me the tablet. And I can't see him. You know how you always get me fixed up where I can at least see him. See him. Hey, Thom.
Yeah.
You see me at all?
Yeah. I know. I see a picture with Gary Gibbs on it right now. The chat's working because I'm talking to someone.
Okay. Let them know we'll be live here in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, Blue Jays, a friend of mine, band.
Oh, nice.
They're on.
Oh, nice.
They're on.
Come right here real quick. Just come right over here. I need to. Sorry, folks. Sorry, I had my video open and that was giving me a lot of feedback. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Lindsay, can you see if you can see him?
You can see him, he's right there.
I know, but on your screen, what are you looking at?
This.
Okay, you know what? Move him over just a little bit more. I want him close to me.
How about
Maybe we should move this over right here.
Yeah,
cut that down a little bit.
Never.
No, take it from the corner again. Hi, Richard Silva.
It doesn't.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, while she's doing that. Okay, Thom, were you able to get into the chat?
Yep, talking to people in the chat.
Fabulous. Were you able to put your name in there?
That's good.
Yep. Well, not my name. I thought I put my name the last time. I guess it didn't save.
It's in there. We're good. Okay.
No, I have a guest number right now.
Yeah. Can you take guest out so I'll at least know who I'm talking to? Can you hand me the notebook?
Let's see. Change nickname.
Perfect. Bentley, go, baby. Go on. Okay, we're going to go live here in a minute.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
Oops.
So, Lindsay, are you seeing us okay?
Let's see. Okay, still give me a guess number. I keep trying to say.
All right, everyone. Here we go. We are live. Of course, we are going to go ahead and get started. My apologies. Had a couple of glitches there that I thought was worked out, but here we go. All right. Welcome, everyone, to The Color of Jazz. I am your hostess. I'm Donna Whittington, and of course, I get to do this every Sunday, and I'm looking forward tonight because this evening I have Thom Lourim on, and Thom is going to talk to us about his CD, his project. And so let's do this. Let's go ahead and get started with Thom. Thom, if you would, say hello to everyone.
Hey, guys. I am so excited to be here. I'm so just glad.
You know what? We are glad to have you here with us. You know, you and I found each other in Facebook, and here we are. Listen to your music, great music. I am excited to share your music with everyone. And so, folks, Thom and I will be talking about a little bit later how to get the music. Okay, so we'll talk about that. But first off, you know, we got to get some background information on Thom. Thom, take it away. Tell us about you.
Okay, my life story?
Absolutely. Tell us how you came to the music.
Okay, well, I've been playing ever since I could walk. I studied classical as a very young kid, first and foremost. I studied jazz for a bit. My first actual band was a jazz fusion band. I think it was about 13 at the time.
Wow.
And then I spent the last 20-odd-some years playing different genres, backing singers, touring, recording, different band scenarios. About a year ago, I went solo.
Nice.
Hence the CD we're dealing with right now.
Nice. That is awesome. And so tell us about, you know, you were touring with some other folks. Who have you toured with?
Toured with, worked with all kinds of artists up to, I did some work with Jody Watley. I got to open for Pieces of a Dream.
Ooh.
I became a Christian a few years ago, got back into music. I got to tour with Tanya Blunt for a bit, doing her gospel thing. I currently work off and on with a singer named Tanya Dallas Lewis, who's a national singer. I'm losing track. I've worked with so many artists, to be honest, I've probably forgotten about half of them.
That's awesome. So I got to ask, at 13, how were you even interested in fusion? How'd you get there?
Oh, I guess the crowd I was with, actually. My life story, real quick, which kind of leads to that, is I grew up in an abusive situation. That's how I ended up playing music. They were trying to bring me out in counseling, and nothing else stuck in my life. So I was going through bouts of depression and stuff. So I ended up with a guitar in my hands at a very young age. I took classical for about a year, studied it. My next teacher, I got out of that, just wasn't interested in classical anymore. So my next teacher was a jazz teacher. And he was kind of a fusion player, and in his crowd, I ended up in the middle of his crowd. So my first band was kind of a fusion band. I was one of the two front people. We had a violin player, so we were playing stuff like Jean-Luc Ponty.
Wow.
Weather Report. I was playing this at 13.
I know. I'm like blown away at that.
So I got a pretty good start on my music career.
Yes, you did. That's awesome. At 13.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So how long have you been doing this so far?
Oh, gosh, 20 years and some change professionally, I guess, since the early 80s.
Nice. Very nice. Well, of course, you know, it's always cool when folks come to the music at such an early age, and I think with jazz, well, probably with any music really, but you know, they come into the music very young, and we kind of get to see, or you get to see, kind of over the years how you grow into and become your own musician, your own person, and especially having to play with other musicians. You know, you're playing their music. So how does it feel? How does it feel playing your music?
Very strange, actually. I had to do a lot of adjusting. Like I said, I gave my life to Christ 10 years ago. I actually walked away from music for a while because I had to do quite a bit of healing. I went through years of depression, alcohol abuse, time on the streets. Tried to end my life a couple times. Even my life really went downhill before that.
Wow.
So I got back into music about 4 years ago, and at this point, I'm following God's lead.
There you go.
So I figured I would do praise and worship, and God was like, no, I got bigger plans. So I ended up, like I said, touring with Tanya Blunt, and I was back in Tanya Dallas Lewis in front of all these people. And about a year ago, God was like, you have your own testimony and your own story. I want you out on your own now. So I argued with him, lost the argument, of course, so I ventured out.
Nice.
Didn't have the funds to do anything, but I stumbled onto an indie label, which is backing me and doing all my management now. I'm with a national promoter. Didn't know what I was doing going in the studio with the music, had no preconceptions or anything. Because I played so many various types of music, I have a lot of world influences along with the jazz and whatnot. So I brought all that into the CD that I just released.
Well, that's awesome. You know, I think your CD, I'm really impressed with your CD. I like the feel of it. And sorry, folks, I was trying to do that in a graceful way, and it didn't happen. But I like the feel of your music. You know, it has a story behind it, and it just has this really powerful feeling to it. And I know once we play the music, folks, you will hear that. So we're gonna get into the music here real soon because, like I said, he's got great music, and I was ecstatic to when I listened to it. I'm like, okay, I like this. And then I'm just going to segue into this little, I don't want to call it my soapbox, but I have to tell you, when I have artists sending me music, I'm always looking for that music that feels me, you know, with the passion or makes me want to dance or whatever. So something that kind of moves me, something that I'm not going to put on and forget I'm listening. You know what I mean? So that it's not background type music where I put it on and then I can daydream. I can do other things. I'm not even paying attention to the music when I should be. So this is not that CD. This is a CD that's filled with a lot of emotion, a lot of passion. So it does kind of tell your story through the music.
Exactly. It's my testimony. It's really strange because God told me to do the CD, put the musicians around me, and said, go out, and this is good. You're going to share your testimony. I was confused going, there's no vocals. I don't sing. You definitely don't want me to sing.
Me either.
And on top of that, I had the musicians he put me around. I had percussionists that does Latin and African. I had very accomplished world musicians.
Yes.
And I was writing stuff with jazz progressions. I'm like, how am I going to get my story, which is a lot of pain, a lot of overcoming, a lot of, I went through a lot of life feeling worthless, like I didn't matter and stuff, and God turned that around, and I try to project all that on the CD. So, yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling what I did on that. So.
Absolutely. And as I was saying, lots of emotion and feeling in there. Sometimes we go through those pains, and the one thing I always say, and I know to be true, is that everyone has a story. And it's important that we share. We share our stories. Now, I'm not saying everyone has to get into the deep, dark, and nitty-gritty of things, but it's important to share your stories because someone has something right along the same things that you went through. They can glean from that or whatever, but that's what the story is. Your story is power. It's power because you've gone through it. So we're going to get to the music, folks. And before we do that, I see some folks in the chat. And now, Thom, you might have to help me out here because I can only see half of it. But I do see Blue Jays.
Yeah,
and
Blue Jays on there.
Blue Jays is in the house. Blue Jays is Richard Silva.
Yeah, Richard Silva's on there. Griselda's on there.
Griselda. Hey, Griselda. Now, I see a guest on there. Who's the guest? 2505.
2505. I know I'm a guest on there because I couldn't switch my name for whatever reason. So I'm coming up as guest.
I see Griselda said E. Is that Griselda? Is that who I think that is? Because I would think of E as L, but I don't know if that's or maybe she's saying ah.
Oh, it's Albert. Okay.
It is. Hey Al.
I just texted Albert a couple hours ago.
Oh, good. So you know who he is.
Albert and I know each other.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Why don't we give a quick little shout out to E L. Hey L. Because he's been on my show.
Okay.
And, of course, he is part of the Christian Instrumentalist.
Yes,
and they also have a fabulous CD out. And I know they were doing some more work. So, big, huge ups to L. And it's great to see you in the chat again, L. Thank you.
Do I have to speak up?
Do you? And I can. You know what? I can only see half of that chat, and I see Griselda says something to me. What is she saying to me, Donna? I can
barely hear me.
Oh, we can't hear Thom?
I can yell.
All right, Thom. You know what? How about we put some music on, and then we'll come back and check your settings, and we'll do that. But folks, let me know how this is sounding because I'm excited to share Thom's music with you. And of course, Thom, you remember how I asked you the to pronounce that very first track of yours from Africa?
Don't feel bad, Donna. Nobody gets it. It took me a while to learn how to pronounce the word after I picked it out. But the first song she's going to play is called Ukatula. Ukatula. My musicians are all world musicians, so my percussionists gave me a cool South African feel, and I threw a chord progression in the melody on top of this thing, and I looked up a Zulu word, which is their secondary language in South Africa for peace, which is Ukatula.
Yes. All right, folks. How about we start with that? I really like the vibe on that. I'm all about the vibe, so we're going to go ahead and get started with that. I am going to see if I can't get in the chat. Thom is in the chat. He's guest. And, oh, folks, you know what? Before we play the music, and I swear I'm going to get to it, if you would go to the chat where you see the symbol for settings, if you will click on that, you'll see the guest box. And if you back out of guest, put your name in there. And then if you're tech savvy and you see the box where you can change the color, you can click on that box, change the color of your font, and hit save. You gotta hit save changes, whatever, and then close that chat box and see if that helps. If you are a Mac user, I am told that you want to use, I think, Safari. You Mac users, y'all know what Safari is. Try that browser if you are having issues, okay? So try Safari. All right, let's go ahead and get some music on. We'll come back to the chat, and I'll see if I can't get into the chat. Here we go, folks. Enjoy this. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to turn my mic on. Man, you know what? I haven't done that in a long time, have I? Wow.
I hear you.
I know you do now because I have my mic on.
Right.
I was just saying that I really like that. I know you guys were trying to read my lips and like, what is she saying? What is she saying? So, again, one of my favorites, just one of the favorites that I have on that CD. Hey, Thom, let's go ahead and tell them where they can get the music. And folks, we're going to do that throughout the whole show because it's important, and I want everyone to make sure that you get the music. And you guys know how I feel about music. It's a CD is all about the story. It's all about the journey. It's about the complete package.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think back in the day, I'm thinking about albums. So when I'm saying back in the day, I think back in the day when folks were making music, we put music on an album, and it wasn't really so much about the story. It was just much more just about, let me just get some music on there. And I think nowadays, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, Thom, you're a musician. Elle, you're a musician. Richard, you're a musician. And you guys tell me, because I'm not. But I feel like nowadays when folks are making music, I feel like they're making it about that whole work that they put into it. It's like some kind of a journey. It's some kind of a adventure or something, and it's not like it's, let me just put 10 songs on a CD regardless of where they fit. So, but that's why I'm saying this is a complete CD. It's a complete story, and as you listen to it, you'll get that. So, do you tell me, what do you think about that, Thom?
I agree with you, actually. It definitely applies to my CD because I've been calling it EP because it's got 5 songs on it, but each song is a section of my life, and it's actually the story. Yes. And it conveys it. The funny thing is I've come off stage and people have told me, this one song, I felt this when you were playing it. It's like, wow, that's exactly where I was going with the song. I agree with that. I think that's quite important, actually, because, people are going through a lot of things these days, and music really, it can do so much good. It can bring people through things. It can, it's amazing.
Absolutely. It's the reason why, at major life events, it's shared with music. Our weddings and funerals and, births and things like that. I remember when I was giving birth to my first son, I had music playing, and the song that I remember in the delivery room with my son was David Sanborn and Bob James, and it was Maputo.
Yeah.
I remember that, and you know what? Because it was just like, wow, they're playing, and that was when they would play it on the radio, and it came on over the radio, and I just remember thinking, wow, they're playing one of my favorite songs, and as I'm giving birth to my son, and how magical, and that's what music is. Music, It just sets the stage for the event, for the experience, and it just kind of seals that, and so people remember, so those songs. Yes.
Agreed.
Yes. Well, you know what? I want to give a shout out to Toe. I don't know if you guys see me in the chat. I thought I put myself in there, and I'm having to chat on my phone, so I have issues here. But I want to give a shout out to Toe. Yeah, who's Toe? I know who Toe is. Does everybody else know who Toe is? Tell us about Toe, because I know it's important to give a shout out to the spouses, the significant others.
Toe's my better half. If I get this wrong, I won't be able to stay in the house tonight.
That's right. Get it right. Get it right. While we're live.
Yep. But she's my wife, of course. But she, you have to have a support system for what I'm doing. It is not easy to be married to a musician. And on top of that, she's my manager, and it's just, God knew what he was doing. Let's put it that way.
You know what? Always, right? No mistakes. And so good. Thank you. Toe, big, huge hello to you. And thanks for being in the chat. And where else would you be, right? I know you're here doing your piece and supporting. And so that's good to know that you're his manager. And so, folks, if anyone knows of anyone who, is looking for a Christian instrumentalist, jazz instrumentalist, and so you might want to definitely connect with Toe regarding his music. What I like about that first song, I really want to say the name.
Okay.
Ukatula.
Ukatula. Very close. Very close.
Thank
very
you.
Close. It took me a week.
Ukatula. I got to tell you that I must have been a rocker in back in the day somewhere. But anyhow, I like that it has a really nice edge to it, along with the African vibe, and it has that edge.
Yeah, I'm a weird mix of styles. I kind of loosely call myself a jazz player. I definitely have a jazz background, but you're right. I played in a heavy metal band for a while. And it comes out in my playing sometimes, and because I play emotionally, you're right. It's important. I can go from very subtle Earl Klug kind of things, one of my favorite players, right into a metal thing, and it seems to work.
And I like that. I like when folks feel that they can go push the boundaries because there are no boundaries, and when you feel free enough to do you. Because I believe that music is all about you, that's when the music is good to me. I like hearing music where I think people have just said, you know what, I'm not doing it the way people think I should do it. I'm just going to do me. Right. And that's when we get the powerful you. And I mean, that's what we're supposed to be doing. Do you. Exactly. And I just feel that all throughout your music. All right. So I'm gonna put some music on. Speaking of listening to Thom do his thing, we got to get some more music on so I can come back and look in the chat. Who is this? Is it Rhythm? Who is that? What do I see in there? Iceman is here. Iceman, I want you to know.
It might be Mr. McLaurin.
Okay. let me give a shout out to Iceman. I just want Iceman to know that I went and tried to search you in Twitter. So you got to tell me how to find you, okay? So we can connect there. I know we're connected in Google Plus, and if you're on Facebook, you need to find me there or whatever. We need to connect, okay? So I want him to know that I'm trying to follow you back, man. I swear I am. All right. I'm gonna save. No. I'm gonna go to Esperanza. I know, Chrysalis, we're going to play that one too because that's one of my favorites. That's why I'm saving it, Iceman. But I want to go to Esperanza and set that up for us, Thom.
Okay, that is my first attempt. I've been listening and actually studying Cuban music.
Nice.
The last couple of years. Again, I am blessed in my band to have a percussionist who is a world percussionist. He studied all these things. So he kind of introduced me to Cuban beats, and I started listening to Ry Cooder and that type of stuff. And like I said, I played Latin guitar before, but this is my first attempt of combining jazz progressions a little bit with Cuban, which is what Esperanza is. And Esperanza, I hope I can get these words right, is, I believe it's love, the translation.
You know what? I was going to say hope.
You know what? It might be hope.
You know what? Griselda.
I think Ukatula is love and Esperanza is hope. I think I got them backwards. And
well,
apologize to my management.
Toe was saying hope also. So maybe that's it. And I don't know where that came from in my Spanish because that was some years ago. But all of a sudden, that's what it came up to me. But let's get it on there, folks. We'll get that playing. And I'm going to get in the chat with you guys. Hey, has anybody been to Facebook? Could someone do some serious multitasking? That's my girl, Griselda. Griselda, can you do some multitasking for me real quick? Could you go and post on your page and do a tag on me and Thom and whoever else you need to, and then I can feed off of that? If you would do that for me, love, I would appreciate that. And then I'll be on Twitter tweeting at Thom. Speaking of
And
Twitter,
I'll give a shout out. Mr. David McLaurin is on here as well.
is David there? Hey, David. Is David? Who is David?
Recording something together.
No. Okay, so who is he in the chat?
Rhythm.
Rhythm with 2 E's?
Yes, that would be Mr. McLaurin. He's trying to do stealth mode right now. He snuck in here, but I caught him.
There you are. Hey, David, how are you? So great to have everybody in the chat. And just so you guys know, Twitter, it's basically his name. So at Thom Lourim. And then for me, I have 2 Twitters, as if one is not enough. I've got Donna S as in Sam W. Is that it? Yeah. And then I have The Color of Jazz. Yeah. So anyhow, make sure you guys follow us so we can follow you back, and I swear I will follow you back if I can find you. So if you tweet at me tonight, I will see that, and then I can go straight to you. Hint, hint. That's for you, Iceman. All right, let's get the music going so we can all get in chat. Somebody do a Facebook run. Somebody do a Twitter run. And let's just, you guys, I got to tell you, I'm having a lot of fun with y'all in the house. I really appreciate your energy. Thom, I really appreciate your energy. Thank you. And that just helps make it a wonderful show for all of us when the artist is just, feeling it.
I'm just grateful to be here. I'm just grateful.
You know what? We're all grateful. We're grateful that you're here too. And I'm grateful that you've got an awesome CD, because that's how you and I have connected. Here we go, folks. Enjoy. Okay. Anybody jamming like me? Ready to just get out and do some salsa? So I love the vibe on that, and
Thank you.
just excellent, excellent. You know what? I gotta tell you guys, I'm really enjoying the show with you guys tonight. I don't know what it is. It has to be Thom's music. Um, I'm just feeling like the the music is just so uplifting, and I feel a little bit more relaxed than I normally do on this show.
I'm glad. I'm glad. It just made my weekend.
So I just gotta tell you, anyhow, a work in progress. Why'd you choose that title?
Because that's pretty much my life. I know it's everybody's life, but that's definitely right now. God is putting the pieces of my life back together. Like I said, I was a pretty messed up person when I got saved, and I didn't think I'd be doing music again. I didn't even think I'd be doing music at this level. I didn't think I'd be sharing my story of everything that I got brought out of and stuff, and changing lives with the music and even my testimony. So every day is a work in this.
There you go, right? And you're right. It's every day. It is, and you're right. I guess every day is a work in progress, and because it always leads to something. Whatever we're doing, it leads wherever it leads to something. And it might be a few years or 10 years or whenever when we connect the dots to figure, oh, okay, but. That's what it is, and that's what I think life is, and I love that life is this whole thing about a work in progress, because there's nothing to hurry up to get to.
Right.
There's nothing to hurry up to finish, because it's all ongoing and unraveling and unfolding, and in its perfect time.
Yep.
And that's to me. That's what God is to me. All right. I see another guest in the house. Hi, guest 4CC2C.
This is Sam. Is that Sam Hankins?
No way. Is that Sam?
Sam's another buddy.
Right? Trumpet man.
Yeah, he's there. He's there.
Hey, Sam. Let me help you out here, sweetie. Go to the settings button under the chat where you are. You'll see the little icons, that little round thingy is now, I guess, the universal sign for settings. Click on that, back out of the guest junk, delete all that, put your name in, and if you're adventurous, try and maybe change the color. I think you did already. Change the color of the text, hit save, and come back and see if we can get you a real name without you being guest 4CC2C. All right? Unless you like being incognito, but we know you're here, so
yeah, I was gonna say,
we know you're here. So go ahead and put your nickname in there. Your name, yes, thank you, E. Your nickname. Go ahead and put that in there, and come hang out with us. All right. Hey guys, what are you thinking about the music? Is it just me? Am I the only one feeling this? I don't think I am. So what are you feeling in the chat? And I see another, who's guest 16422? Does anyone see that? Or not anyone? Thom, do you see that?
Yeah, incognito fan.
Who is that?
That's all I know.
Because that's the can you see what? Well, of course you can see it. I can't see it. What is guest 16422 saying?
Just the last post was I love incognito.
Okay. All right. And it's either the band or they like being incognito. So
right, one or the
right?
other.
It's one or the other. But we're going to ask you if you would also go to the chat settings, click on that little settings icon, put your name in there, or put something in there, maybe a little less incognito. Well, you just said you like being incognito. You don't have to change your name if you don't want to, but you know what? We're happy that you're here. Right. We also have folks that are normally who don't even get in the chat, but just sit and watch us, and that is so cool, and that is okay. So shout out to those who are even less than incognito, right? They don't even want to be in the chat, who are just hanging out with us and watching the show. And Hope you're just enjoying some really good, new, fresh music. Yes. All right. Okay. I'm having a ball. You know what? I feel like I need to just keep on dancing. So I'm going to come back to the chat. I got a little held up in Facebook. So I'm going to finish my thought in Facebook. And again, folks, if you can multitask, and if you're able to multitask, I know David just went in and went to Twitter. Thank you, David. And he followed me, so I get to follow him back. And folks, if you guys will tweet at Thom, he will also follow you back. So make sure you tweet at Thom. It's at Thom Lourim. And first name, last name. It's not rocket science. But if you would join him in Twitter, that would be absolutely amazing. T-Man. Hey, T-Man. Thanks for joining us. I need to give a shout out because for those of you who do not know this, The Color of Jazz is getting ready to turn 3 years old in about a month. Yeah, it's been, and Griselda knows, E knows, y'all know. If you've been with me from the beginning 3 years ago, you've seen some ups and some downs and you've seen it all. Let's put it that way. You've also seen some incredible guests, such as Thom tonight on the show. So I'm saying all that just to let everyone know, if you take a moment, and not now because we're busy, if you would take a moment after the show and either go to my website where you are now. After we're done here, there's a video that's going to automatically pop up. If you would watch it, it's a video about the color of jazz. And you can go to my YouTube channel, which is, you can just type in Donna Whittington in YouTube, and my channel will come up. If you would check out the channel, or excuse me, the video that talks about the color of jazz and how we're doing some fundraising. We're doing some crowd fundraising, crowd funding, or whatever they call it now. We're doing that because we want professional equipment. We want the color of jazz to go to a higher level. We want to move forward. So if you would pass that on, and if you are compelled to help fund us, then that would be awesome also. So I just want to give a shout out to my very first funders. My very first funder, and she made me cry, was my daughter, Cassandra. And she's my 18-year-old, and she actually did the video for me. She put that video together. So I want you guys to go and see that. And then my sister, LaJoyce, Joey Bright, big huge shout out to Joey. Joey, she's a manager, and she's got some artists that she works with. John Patterson. John Patterson is a promoter in Monroe, Michigan, and love him. And he does this free, check it out, folks, a free 2-day event in August. And it's the first part of August. It's the River Raisin Jazz Festival. You definitely want to check that out. And like I said, it's free. And this year I know he's got Keiko Matsui. That's just one of the artists. Wow. I know, right? And I can't even think of the other ones. Shame on me for not having that. But you got time to check it out. And of course, Richard Silva, who's in the house, yes. AKA Blue Jays, right? and I just got your CD, just so you know. Okay, big ups. So I'll be contacting you. But did I get everybody? Cassandra, LaJoyce, Paul Munsterman, yes. Paul, how did you're right here, sweetie. You're right there. So Paul is my other funder, and a big, huge shout out to Paul. I met him on Facebook, like I meet all of you, and there's that connection. And just like music, we all have that instant connection, that we feel right here with Thom. I have that connection, and we have that reciprocal connection in Facebook. So I just appreciate everyone who I've met in Facebook, and then who have yet to meet in real life, in person, I should say. So big shout out to all of us connecting with each other. And you know what? I love this because it's a great way for us to connect with musicians, and musicians to connect with their fans. and for us just to and to meet people. You know what? I've met a lot of new friends through Facebook. So thank you, everyone who has supported The Color of Jazz. We've got about 58 days left. You ain't got to wait to that last day, though. I'm just saying. Make sure you please, if nothing else, please check it out and share the video. And
Right.
it's all about The Color of Jazz. We are ready to take this to the next level, so I can have great artists like Thom on the show every Sunday, and maybe more than just one day a week. All right. We got to get some music on. We got to get back into Facebook. I got to get some tweeting going on. And I'm with Iceman. I'm going to play my absolute favorite from this CD. And that is Chrysalis. And did I say that correctly?
Close again. It's Chrysalis.
Thank you.
Chrysalis.
Chrysalis.
Yep.
Chrysalis. Tell us about Chrysalis.
Okay. Well, in the order of the CD being my life story, Chrysalis would have been the second song. That's when, right after I came to Christ, and God told me I was loved, I had worth, and I had spent my entire life not feeling like I was anything. So Chrysalis it's a reference to the butterfly, the caterpillar becoming the butterfly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I was at that point in my life. It's like I was becoming something which I didn't see. So hopefully I captured that in the song.
You know what? You did. And that is an absolute beautiful song. And I posted that on my Color of Jazz page. And like I said, it's one of my favorites. It's a great CD. And we got to give a shout out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's my first video as well.
Oh, nice. Yes. I actually posted that video on my page. And I'll have to do it again. But, folks, this is the CD, okay? And what I want you guys to do, unless you're good at multitasking and you won't lose us, I want you to go. You can go and get it now. Thom, tell us, where can we get this?
Yep, well, I have a new website which has most of the information. It's thomlourim.com, nice and simple. I can spell it if anybody needs it. Otherwise, it's on all the regular avenues, whether I'm on iTunes now, I am on CD Baby, I'm on Amazon. I'm probably on a few other things I'm forgetting here. Everything is connected to my website again, which is thomlourim.com. The iTunes, everything is under my name, Thom Lourim.
Okay. And now, are you selling this, your CD? Are you selling this on your site as well? Can we get it from your site? I
believe so. The site's fairly new. My management just put it up. I thought they were going to make it available. I don't want to promise though, but I believe you can. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to put a shout out to your management saying, "Hey, y'all make it available so we can go directly to Thom." Just saying. Now, of course, when you're out and about, we can get the CD from you at your shows. And speaking of shows, didn't you just have one yesterday or Friday?
Yeah.
When was that?
Friday, actually.
Okay.
I played a comedy club.
Wow.
And that was it was a lot of fun, but I was actually nervous because I've done a few things in my life. I've never actually played a comedy night. Packed house, totally packed house, and I went up there. I did my thing, played a couple songs, shared some of my story, and people just hung out afterwards. It's like I hadn't played out live in a while because we're doing so much else with the video, getting the CD out, planning a tour and stuff. And it was gratifying. It's like, I still can't believe that the music's making that kind of difference to people. And we brought a box of CDs. I don't know what the count was in the thing. That was gone. Right. Everybody bought a copy. One guy bought 8 copies.
Yay!
Of the CD.
Right on.
I don't know who ended up with them, but I'll be honest, I kind of walked out there crying. I was like, wow. So, yeah, that was a pretty good show.
Nice.
Heading to Atlanta next week.
Oh, yay. Okay, folks. Hey, you know what? If you know of anyone in Atlanta, this is a great time to let them know Thom is coming through. Do you know where you're playing in Atlanta?
Yeah, that'll be next Friday. I'll be at the Lourim Multiplex, which is right outside of the city of Atlanta. It's a real big gospel venue, huge venue. And last time I played, there were several hundred people. And I'll be back there in July because I'm making my second appearance on Atlanta Live TV.
Nice.
And going to make another appearance on WGGS TV in South Carolina. They're putting that together right now.
Very nice. All right. Dates?
Besides Atlanta next Friday, I don't know what, May 9th or something like that.
Okay.
Don't have anything else put together. They're in the process of doing that right now. We just my label had me get my passport, so I don't know where they're sending me next. I know Canada is in the works, but I don't have a date for that yet.
Okay, we'll get that passport. Be ready, because you know
Yeah.
what? Here's the thing that I know, and I know y'all know this too. But when you are ready to do your passion, to do that dream, to do whatever it is that that makes your heart beat, that keeps you up at night, that keeps you on edge, that makes you beat your head up against the wall, that very thing, but you keep doing it. That passion is what I'm talking about. When you put that out there, be ready, because it will all come together. And guess what? It usually comes quicker than we think. So keep your eyes open. Be ready for those opportunities that are coming fast and furious out at you. So, I do want to say a shout out to Kojak. He's in the chat. Kojak is
John.
from John. Yes, he is
Yes,
from Canada, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm actually chatting with him in Facebook. So, folks, go to your Facebook pages. I know y'all ready for me to put this beautiful song on. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to get back in the chat with folks so I can see you and y'all can see me. And we're going to play some beautiful music. All right, folks, I want you to enjoy this. One of my absolute favorites. Check it out. All right, all right, all right. Love that, Tom. One of my favorites. I like the edginess in this, and that's a
Thank you.
great tune.
Thank you.
You are welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. And boy, that chat was just moving right along, and it's just flying by. And I'm like, whoa, whoa! I can't even get in there to see a lot of it. But of course, big, huge shout out to everyone who's hanging in the chat with us. I do want to give a shout out to Sam, who was in the chat with us.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam, I saw on my Facebook page that Sam Hankins, Bernard Rose, and who am I blanking on? And I can see the face. Who am I blanking on?
Gino.
Gino. Thank you, Gino
Goss.
Goss.
Mr. Goss. Yep.
Yes, and a big, huge shout out to them. And as they were nominated, is that what it was, Sam, for an Indie Awards? Help me out. Sounds like. Anyhow,
I understood it.
So I saw that on my Facebook. I actually shared that picture, and Sam, of course, saying yes. So big, huge shout out to you three for the nomination for the indie music, and I got to give a huge shout out to my girl Griselda, because Griselda always keeps it real, and you talk about somebody who's there to support the artist, and she is. Yeah. She's all about supporting the artist and getting the music out there and letting folks know about the different events that are going on, the different shows, from my show to the show that she's on with GHB Radio, and other shows. So, love her. And
she's put me out there too.
Right? And she's all about the sharing and spreading the blessing. So big, huge shout out to her. I don't know about y'all, but I am so digging the music. Of course, Thom, Lourim, and it is a work in progress. Okay? It's a work in progress, and it's a great CD. It's a wonderful CD. It's a very feeling CD, and that's what I always look for when I listen to the music. I want something that's going to just grab me and make me feel like, oh my God, there is so much passion and angst and all of that wrapped up into a beautiful song that tells the story of whatever it is that you were going through or been through or want to experience. Whatever, that's the beauty of music. And I like that you were able to capture that for us and share it with us. You know what? Amen. You are sharing you're sharing your testimony with us through the music, and it's wonderful. So we appreciate that, right, folks?
I appreciate you guys. It's like I'm looking at the chat, and I will give a shout out, not to anybody in particular, but there's a core of musicians that are around each other and supporting each other and putting each other out there now. And somehow I got caught up in that. I'm just so grateful. It's these guys in the chat, the guys on GHP Radio.
Yeah.
It's just amazed. Griselda's up at the top of that. There's a couple guys, Keith Gilchrist.
Is Keith in the house?
I don't see him in the house, but he's definitely pushed me.
Okay.
And these guys, it's like a family. It's literally like a family.
Absolutely. You know what? It's kind of like the Field of Dreams. If you put it out there, they will come.
Yeah.
Right? So, and that's what I'm talking about, folks, with your passion. If you put it out there, they will come. If you build it, they will come, right? And before the chat gets away from me, I don't know who TLT50 is, but hello TLT50. Thank you for being in the house. And I don't know if you're just now getting into the chat, but you've been listening to the music. So I'm going to give you just a quick shout out where you can get the music from Thom. We're going to see if it's on his website, but we did say Amazon and iTunes.
Amazon, iTunes, CD Baby. I know, like I said, I'm sure I'm forgetting a few, but I'm on the big ones, I guess.
There you go. Now, and then of course, when you see him out, I would rather you get the CD directly from him at his show, so you can get it signed, and like I did, and definitely want you guys to do that because we kind of cut out everybody and just we support Thom in the best way that we can, and that is by going to his shows, his live events, and of course getting the music directly from him. Just saying, folks. Just saying. Y'all know how I feel about that. A work in progress. Okay? I want you guys to get this, and I really do love the vibe of this CD. It's awesome. All right. Anyone, Thom, that you want to thank for your CD?
Well, let's see. I've covered my wife. I'm on Shekinah Records. It's a small indie management label, and they've really taken care of me from day one and believed in me. Want to shout out to Hey Poppy Promotions, which is my publicist and my promoting people. Very good team. They're gospel guys. I think I might be their first jazz artist. And
nice.
They bend over backwards for me. The event yesterday was set up by them. Like I said, the GHP crowd, I've been calling them all these musicians that it's like no egos or anything. Everybody's like supporting each other, which I love. It's incredible. It's fun to do music again.
Yes.
And then, guys like you with the media end of things and growing, and it just, I could probably shout out all night, so I'm kind of reluctant to pull too many names out.
No worries, but we get the gist and we understand. And you're right. I think it's a new day, and I love that. Everything, of course, has a backlash to it. However, I always choose to see the positive, and I think the internet with this music, it just has opened up a lot of doors for people, and it's certainly has opened up some doors for me. Not even being a musician, but being able to just share my passion with folks because I love the music so much.
Right.
And it has allowed me to host the most incredible musicians on my show and to meet all of you. So big ups to all the opportunities. And that's what I'm saying. The opportunities are out there. Oh my gosh. And they're just so coming at you fast and furious. And so make sure you guys keep your eyes open. We got time for another song, Thom?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Folks, y'all having fun in the chat? Anyone not having fun? Who's not having fun, right? That doesn't apply. Everyone's having fun. Everyone, of course, get back in the chat. I'm going to go back in. I went to my Facebook, and so get back into the chat. And so I'm going to try and get in the chat with you guys. I know I'm missing y'all, and I'm catching bits and pieces of it. So I'm going to put another one on. Thom, what would you like for me to play?
Well, let's see what's left. It's only 5 songs. I guess Only Believe.
Okay. Well, let's put it on. And folks, Only Believe. Wow, that's appropriate, right?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
You got to believe. That's,
yep.
The
name kind of says it all, pretty much.
Right? It does. You know what? Someone once told me, do you have faith in faith? So you just got to believe. All right. Let's put that on. I'm going to get back into the chat with you guys. Looks like y'all are having a lot of fun in there. And Thom's going to get back into the chat as well.
Yep.
All right, folks. Oops. I want to make sure I'm putting the right one on. Oh, I am. Woohoo, look at me. Doing it without even knowing. All right. Okay. Wow. Again, just a great CD. I like that it's just all encompassing, and that's what I look for in music and the artists coming on the show. It's a good feel, and that's what the CD is. How fun was it to make this CD for you? What was this? What was the experience like?
It was a combination. It was fun at times. It was stressful at times. To be honest, because it was so emotional for me to do this, I was like, I was crying in the booth. Had to step out a couple times and stuff. The fact that I'm healing from so much is like just an interesting session.
You know what? It's got to be a catharsis. This whole CD. Getting out the feelings. That have been bottled up or with you for so long, and this is the release. So this is a huge. I'm going to celebrate you on this because I don't. Well, maybe it's whatever you had to let go of so that you can put it through music, and we can also enjoy the journey or get moved from the journey, because like I said, your music it's very passionate and feeling and edgy and moving, that I think it's a fabulous CD. What are your plans for the next one?
Actually, I'm recording right now as we speak. I'm actually recording a reggae-ish song we're right in the middle of. I'm not doing a complete CD. I'm just going to add to this one probably a couple more songs. A couple of jazz fusion things. I'm actually getting ready to work with David McLaurin on one. I'm going to put him on the payroll.
Nice.
Hope he's not waiting for the check, but
yeah, don't cash that.
Right. But there's a few odds and ends I wasn't able to get totally on this first CD because we ran out of time. We had to get something out, so we're going to do a follow-up video. I'm still not sure which song it's going to be, and they are actually planning a tour. Hence me having to get the passports. I'm hearing all kinds of stuff. Guyana's been mentioned. London's been mentioned. Can't go any further because I don't know anything, but.
Just get that passport. We'll follow you. We'll be listening for it on Facebook. So yeah. Yes, and that's another thing is once we meet the artist, it's wonderful to follow them on their journey. Of you going to different places and doing different things, because now we feel like we just know you. It's like, oh, hey, it's Thom. Hey, Thom. Just like when everyone gets into the chat, we all feel that camaraderie, and that there's a lot of joking going on in the chat, and everyone lots of fun, and I love that. This is awesome. I guess it's great.
Definitely. My other hope is that I'm going to open some doors for some of these guys.
Okay.
Because again, it's a team effort. Everybody's been like that, so I'm hoping some of the stuff I do is going to create some avenues for some other artists, some other show possibilities.
Absolutely. And again, the opportunities, folks, be ready. Be ready when they come out there, and because they're coming. So I'm excited for you, and I'm excited to, when you pop up on my news feed and Facebook, everything that you got going on and what you're doing and where you're headed and the new music and the video. So that's the beauty of social media. We can kind of follow you all around, and but we're friends now, so we can do that. I love that. Yeah. This is cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
This is so cool.
You're Donna. You're family now.
I am.
That's right.
I am family. Tell that when I come by for dinner, that I'm vegetarian, and so she can throw some veggies on for me, and that would be awesome.
yeah. And you co-hosted on GHP a while back, so that definitely makes you family.
All right. That was so much fun. Hanging out with them, because lively group, and we had so much fun, and I was just grateful that they had me on there, because that was very nice to not be on this side for a change, and not like I could just sit and talk. Really, I don't have to push buttons and remember to turn my mic on and things like that. And let's see, someone is talking to me. Kojak, aka John Fraser, wants to know, Donna, are you a baker? I love to bake. I do. I don't get to bake often, and I know John has a concept that he's putting together. So, John, if you can, put it in there. And folks, you guys probably know. Do you guys know what John is talking about being a baker? Anyone know? Anyone?
I think I'm included.
Ferris?
I have no idea what I'm included in. I don't cook. Let's put it that way.
Well, John, can you share that, or did I just let the cat out of the bag and I need to put him back in? I'm just saying. What do I need to do? If you can share that with us and we can hear Tom's last song, I think anybody like have to get out and just get off the chat. Anyone like running to do something? Well, if you are, we're just going to miss you. But if you aren't, Tom, wait, my bad. Tom,
Yep.
How are you on time?
Oh, fine.
You're good?
I got to work in the morning.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm cool.
All right, because you know what? I always get so excited on this show, and you know, the vibe is so cool and so up today that I'm like, oh my God, I'm having such a good time. And of course, I'm 3 hours away from you.
Right.
So I take for granted that, you know, me having fun hanging out with y'all, that no one has anything to do better than to hang out, you know, online with us. But since you guys are here and Tom's got one more song, we might as well just play it, right?
Sure.
We might as well just play it. And before we do, Code Jack has said in the chat, and I know y'all see this, but for those of you who will be watching the show a little bit later in archives, you won't see the chat. So it's good for me to go ahead and bring you up to speed what Code Jack is talking about. And this is in reference to my statement that I said, or question that he asked me if I'm a baker. And let's see. All right. Here we go, because my phone just did something. Oh, man. Why?
Uh-oh.
Why? Okay. Baker's dozen. Not yet secret. Okay. Soon, Dave. Soon, Dave and I. Kojak and Dave. But it's not. It says it's not a secret. He's saying it's Baker's dozen. Not yet secret. I don't know if that gives anybody any information, but Griselda is saying, John, just explain to Donna what Baker's dozen is all about. And I'm doing that in my best Griselda voice.
Right.
John, just tell us. Just tell us. So it's coming. It's coming, or it's complicated. I can only see half of the words there.
It's coming very soon. That's all I get.
Okay, it's coming very soon, folks. So you know what? You're gonna have to watch The Color of Jazz, or you're gonna have to hook up with Kojak and all the rest of the guys to find out what he's talking about. So a little bit of mystery there. You're right. A little bit of mystery goes a long way. Okay, we have, and let's see, Fractured. That's the last one we need to play. Set that up for us.
Fractured is kind of the first song I did, and it's actually the day I got saved. I'd gone through a series of trying to end my life, and like I said, I was going through depressions, a lot of alcohol in my life, and it was the day I kind of I didn't directly hear Christ, but something told me I was loved and I mattered. I figured out who was talking to me. And that's what turned my entire existence around. That's the first time I felt like I mattered. And that's the song kind of dealing with that, you know, just coming out of that situation. It's like, you know, feeling like for the first time ever that somebody loved me. Nice.
Well, you got to know we love you as well. And lots of folks love you. And I hope you know that. Yeah. So, folks, I'm going to ask y'all to share the love that you have for Thom and what he's doing. You know, this is how we support each other. Share the love, and please make sure you get the CD. All right, let's put on Fractured. I'm going to get back into the chat so I can see what y'all talking about. And I'll probably make another trek over to Facebook. If anyone is multitasking and can do that, make sure you tag me so I can be in on the conversation as well. Tag Thom too. And let's make it happen. Enjoy this, folks. Woo hoo hoo hoo. Okay. Wow. Who's on keyboards?
Let's see. That would be Robert Jones, who is the producer I'm working with right now on my new stuff.
Right on. You know what? Absolutely beautiful. And
I've had some incredible musicians.
yes, you know what? Why don't you give a shout out to the rest of the guys on the CD as well?
Sure, because it varies actually. I will give a shout out first to One Vision Production Studio, who did a majority of the CD, and that is Elliot and Lamont. Lamont plays keys on a lot of the songs. Elliot plays drums, and they run that studio. And incredible. They brought the best out of me. They were very patient with me. Let's see if I can remember all the musicians now. The song you just heard, Fractured, is Robert Jones, who helped me with the keys on that. I had Rich Smothers on bass. That particular song was at Book 66 Studio. It's the only oddball song on there. I was a different studio. And, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember all the musicians. The percussionist I mentioned earlier was Jumbe Gilliam. He's a guy I've always wanted to work with. He studied everything Latin, you name an African nation, whatever. He studied every percussion you can imagine. He owns every instrument I've ever heard of.
Nice.
So he came in, he taught me stuff. Morris Cunningham is the sax player you hear popping in and out of places. And some of my my band at the time, EJ on bass, Reggie on drums, a couple of things were part of the CD as well. It was actually quite a few musicians. So
Nice. Very nice. Well, you know what? Everyone came together to support you and do a wonderful job. It's a great CD, folks. I'm very impressed and excited, of course, Thom, to have you on the show. Again, a work in progress. Here we go, folks. Amazon, iTunes. Get it from Thom when you're out and about. If you got some friends in Atlanta, because that's where you're heading, is it next Friday?
Yep, next Friday.
Okay, so he heads to Atlanta next week. Coming up here real soon. Let your friends and family know that you've got a friend who's coming out there who they got to check out. Just tell them that, and give them all the specifics, and make sure you have them check out Thom, because you know what? It's got the great music, and that's how we support each other. Word of mouth, I got to tell you, is probably one of the still the best ways to advertise. And when I get word of mouth versus just finding somebody, it's much more powerful when somebody tells me, "Oh, you got to check this person out," So let them know that Thom is coming to their town, and definitely to go support him on behalf of you, and then make sure that they get the CD and let Thom know that you referred them. All right, this is how we share, folks. Again, a work in progress. Pick it up, and you guys know how I feel about downloads. You can download. Amazon, I guess, is my favorite if I have to get some music, because I'd much rather go to Amazon, have my CD sent to me, and while it's being sent, I can download it. Right. So you can get the best of both worlds. Get it quickly, and then you can get your CD, and of course hold on to that. So when Thom is in your area, you can have it signed. So I'm looking forward to getting mine signed. Yes. All right, folks.
I didn't sign it, Donna?
You did.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought okay.
You did. You did. Now, I said that I was going to chop my show down to an hour, and because it was 2 hours, and we've already gone over half of an hour. And of course, big huge thanks to Thom for letting us share his time and time away from his family when he's hanging out with us. So Toe, thank you. Thank you for that, for allowing that to happen and supporting him in that. So big shout out to y'all, but big shout out to you guys in the chat. David and Griselda and Kojak and Iceman. I think Iceman is still there. And TL50 and guest 5468294. I don't know. Everybody who's in the chat, and folks I'm missing. Big huge shout out to you. If this is your first time coming to the Color of Jazz, I want to say huge thank you. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us. This is my passion. I love doing this because I get to hang out with you and the artist. It's kind of the best of both worlds, and this is pretty cool. It's pretty special to me. So next week I'm going to do 2 artists, and I'm going to bring back the boys from East Bay Soul. All right. Okay. East Bay Soul, Griselda knows who I'm talking about, and Daryl. But anyhow, East Bay Soul is going to be in the house, and then we're going to follow up with a vibraphonist. I have not had a vibraphonist on my show ever, so I'm really excited about that. And Thom McKay is going to be up next along with East Bay Soul. We're going to hang out and have a lot of fun. Wow. And then I'm going to go to the San Diego Jazz Festival. So I will not be live, perhaps, maybe. I can't promise. But I will be at the San Diego Jazz Festival. So I'm looking forward to some live jazz. And then I'll be back in June, and we'll do it all over again. So next Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, folks, 5 p.m. Pacific. Come hang out with us again. We got East Bay Soul, and I'm gonna have about, that's a group of 10 people. I don't think I'm having all 10. I should at least have 5 of them in the chat. And of course Greg. And Greg, if anyone knows Greg, he's one of the founding members of Tower of Power. So you remember the group Tower of Power? Yeah. Greg has some amazing and just some hilarious stories. So the guys will be back, and at least half of the band, and then we'll do Thom McKay following up, and then we'll be into June. We'll have some fun in June. Please, folks, please support the Color of Jazz. Check out the video. Make sure you check that out. My daughter put that together for me, and I took some of the videos, some of the better videos. If you've been with me on this journey of the color of jazz, you know I've had some good shows and some very bad shows. Took the good shows and the shows that were archived because I lost a lot of shows. Hence the reason why I am ready for some new equipment so I don't have to lose the shows. So, yeah. Anyhow, please check out that video, and it's on Rocket Hub, on rockethub.com. You can search The Color of Jazz, or you can go straight to my page and watch that video, share it. If you're compelled to support The Color of Jazz, do so. And we're ready to kick it up a bunch of notches and set this on fire and reach even more folks from around the world, because I just love having all of these wonderful musicians on the show, and I want the show for them to be spectacular. You know, I've got all these wonderful people in there, so I want the show to be spectacular for them as well. All right, everyone, let's say good night to Thom. Thom, huge thank you. I so appreciate you. I love listening to your story. I love your music, and I'm excited to follow you on this incredible journey that you're on, and the wonderful music that you will share with us because of the things that you will do and your story, you know, bringing it from the past and taking it forward and putting that to music. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Folks, ThomLourim.com, at Thom Lourim and Twitter. He's on Facebook. Are you on Google Plus?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, maybe not yet. I know me and Iceman, we're there, and so if you get on Google Plus, just search us out, and we'll add you to our circles. And folks, make sure if you guys have Twitter and you want to put that in the chat so we can kind of follow you and we can follow each other, put that in the chat so that we can all figure out how to stay connected there as well. All right. And everyone, I just want to say thank you. Thom, what would you like to say to folks as we say goodnight?
Just a reoccurring word I keep saying, I'm grateful. I mean, I'm honored to be on your show. I'm glad that we're family now. I'm glad for the family, you know, in the chat and the family around me and stuff. And I'm just glad that God has used me the way He is, and that the music's making a difference with people.
The music is making a huge difference. You know what? Keep doing what you're doing, and it's beautiful. Looking forward to more music from you. And everyone, please go get the CD now. You can run over there now that the show is over. Go get the music and then go back to my page and check out the video, please. Thank you all for your support. We both appreciate it. Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
All right, everyone. We will see you. Thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's been a wonderful show. I've had a lot of fun with all of you, and I thank you all. Ciao.